What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Driveway Detailer. In today's video, I'll be demonstrating how to purge the air from your pressure washer before you start using it, and I'll talk a little bit about why that's important. If you're not interested in listening to me talk, you can hop to the time code here, or the video will be split up into chapters down below, so you can scroll to the part of the video where I start to get down to business. Anyways, let's talk about pressure washers. So, this is my Active 2.0, and this is actually my second Active 2.0 because I ruined the first one. I broke it. I admit that. I didn't use it right. So that's that. So in order to understand why purging the air from your pressure washer is important, you need to understand the parts of the pressure washer. So I'm probably not going to get these parts, the names right, because I didn't bother to research the names of parts, but here's where the hose inlet it goes. So your water goes through here. It goes through the pump here, and it comes out here. So here your pressure washer hose. I have one off camera. Your pressure washer hose will connect, and this is where your water will go through, and will go through your gun. So what I didn't know from a long time is you can't just turn on your pressure washer and then just press the trigger on your gun. There needs to be water in the motor before you turn on the pressure washer. Now, before you come at me in the comments like this, I've been washing cars with just hose in a bucket for a long time. Pressure washers were new to me, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And I didn't really take the time to learn about pressure washers. But when I did, I learned that there was a whole lot of things that I was doing wrong, which is why this second one is going to last longer, because I actually did a little bit of research. So what you want to do is you want to turn on the water before you turn on the pressure washer. Make sure that there's water in the pump before you press the triggers, before you turn on your pressure washer, rather. So you turn on your pressure washer, the water gets in the motor, the motor turns on, then turns off if your pressure washer has that function, and then you'll be able to use it, and it'll be fine. What happens if you don't make sure that there's water in your system? The system will run dry until there's water in your system and gets to your pressure washer hose, and that's not good for the motor. Eventually your motor will break, and I know this from personal experience. So let's set up this pressure washer and go through the steps of purging the air from your pressure washer. So first step in purging the air from your pressure washer is to get all of your connections right. So the order of operations is going to differ depending on your detailing situation. For me, my water connection is about 20 feet away from where I detail, so I kind of work backwards. I'll set up my hose first, my pressure washer hose first. Then I'll get my regular hose, set it up to the water so that I can set up the hose, put on the water, turn on the water, and not have to make a bunch of different trips. So connect your stuff. Step one. So this next step is probably going to be the most important step. Don't turn on your pressure washer. In fact, don't even plug it in. Just leave it how it is, not connected to power. So the next step you're going to do is you're going to take your pressure washer gun, you're going to press the trigger without your pressure washer connected to power, just like this. Okay, so here's my wand. I'm going to press the trigger, and you're going to hear air working its way through the system until there's a constant stream of water. Here we go. So now you know the air has been purged from your system and your pressure washer is good to go. So if you noticed, I even had to make sure that I kept the trigger pressed, because even when the water was running, there was still air running its way through the system. So keep the trigger pressed for 15 to 20 seconds to make sure that the water makes its way through the system. So now that you know that water is in the system, now is when you want to connect to power and turn on your pressure washer. So now I'm going to turn on my pressure washer. And if you've done it right, that is how it should go. Your pressure washer will turn on really quick, especially if you have an active or something similar where there's like a automatic stop start kind of function. It'll turn on for like half a second. There's water in the system, and then when there's water in the system, the motor will shut off right away. And that's how you purge the air from your pressure washer. Now, this is important for everybody, whether you have a fancy garage setup, kind of like that Canadian guy, Rick from Rad Garage. His setup is freaking outstanding. Or if you have your setup like me, where once a week or once every other week or so, you have to get your pressure washer off from the shelf, and then whatever, you to connect all your stuff and you detail what like usual. Purging the air from your pressure washer is going to be important for everybody. And if you do it, like I've had my active for a year and a half or 2 years now, I've never had any problems because I've been maintaining it properly. Also, or I've been properly taking the steps to make sure that I use it correctly, which includes purging the air from the pressure washer. So now I think, or I'm hoping, that my pressure washer is good enough, like it's good enough quality where I will get bored of my pressure washer before it starts to break. Because I'm not a professional, I don't do this every day. It gets used maybe once or twice a week. That's going to be it for today's YouTube video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like on your way out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next one.